In my junior year of college, I spent my spring break on a study abroad trip to Kenya. The trip was in partnership with Kenya Connect, a nonprofit based in Womunyu, Kenya, that works to support and empower students and teachers to succeed. They provide access to computers for secondary school students, water tanks to nearby schools, books, toothbrushes, and other supplies to students, and more. For 10 days, we worked with them to create media projects about various aspects of life in Kenya. After 14 hours on 2 planes and an overnight layover in London, we landed in Nairobi and slept over at the Russell House, a convent-turned-guest house. We woke up jet-lagged but excited.
Day one!
And we went to the David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust Elephant Orphanage and African Fund for Endangered Wildlife Giraffe Center. While we did not see these animals in the wild, it was certainly far from the zoos I had been to in the US. They were primarily rehabilitation centers where the only purpose of visitors is to bring in revenue to continue the animals' rehabilitation. After some lunch, we got on the Kenya Connect school bus to get to our final destination of Womunyu, Kenya. For the next week in Womunyu, we went to homesteads, markets, a woodcarvers co-op, and many schools, both primary and secondary. Visiting the schools was definitely the highlights of the trip for me. These schools, such as Nunga Primary School and Kumbidi Primary School, have the same objectives as any US school, to provide a place where students can learn and grow. But there is no glass on the windows. There are no bookshelves on the walls. Students sit at rudimentary desks and work from worn workbooks. And yet there is a yearning for knowledge unparalleled by anything found in a state-of-the-art American classroom. Not only were the students willing to learn, but they were always willing to welcome us. That was true of everyone we met in Womunyu, from the carvers at the co-op to the women at Elizabeth's homestead, to the teachers and students at the schools, to the Kenya Connect staff, to even the people we drove past on the bus. We were welcome in Womunyu. We may have been Mzungu or Westerners, but we were still family. This trip was part of my larger goal in 2018 to travel the world and better understand what it means to be a global citizen. The biggest conclusion I have come to is really a lack of conclusion at all. The human experience cannot be defined. Spending your days caring for orphaned elephants is the human experience. Working for Kenya Connect to bring water and books and computers and other resources to schools in rural Kenya is the human experience. Raising livestock and growing produce to bring and sell to the market on market day is the human experience. And being a student at Simmons College who works in the bookstore and has a dog for a pet rather than a guard dog is the human experience. Life is indescribable and vast, but it is not without its constants. We sing. We dance. We jump rope during recess. We want a home, a family, a community. These values and commonalities don't stop at borders. They don't care about money or resources. They span every beating heart, and they are what will bring us together. Going to Kenya, I thought it would be unlike anywhere I had ever been before, and in many ways it was. I ate the best mangoes I had ever had, and slept under a mosquito net, and went to the bathroom in a pit in the ground. But there was something there, something I know now is everywhere, that made me know I will always have a home in Kenya. Love.